Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know I haven't been posting for the past couple of months, but it's been busy and life just happened, so I hope you guys forgive me. So hopefully I'll try to get some more content out in the next couple of weeks, hopefully in a more consistent manner. I'm working on that, but anyway, just wanted to welcome you guys back and Happy New Year, Happy Chinese New Year to everyone. So right now we're going to be talking about what's in the bag. A lot of beginners have actually asked me what they need to do or what they need to have in a golf bag. So with a lot of people starting the game and playing the game, I thought, maybe this is the right time to really talk about what is in a bag and what do you really need in the bag. Okay? So I put down all the things on the floor and I'll walk you through what they do and what you really need. And I'll also talk to you about where to place them so that they're a little bit more organized and not so hectic in your bag. So let's do it and hope you enjoy. Alright, so now let's talk about the different kinds of golf bags. So we have two major types. We have the stand bag here on my left, and we have the cart or tour bag. So for the cart or tour bag, it's actually a lot heavier, but it has all the pockets and all the compartments that you need to put everything for a good round of golf. So you got extra clothes, you got extra shoes, everything can fit into a nice little cart. Again, the downside of this is it's a bit on the heavier side. But it's actually, most of the time, most of the cart or tour bags are actually waterproof already. Actually leather, actually look a lot nicer, a lot more classy. So that's why a lot of people actually prefer this. I would suggest if you're going to a course that's requiring a golf cart, or that you're going to be riding a golf cart 100% of the way, then yes, I would suggest to have a cart bag for yourself. It's a lot nicer, it's a lot more classier, it's a little bit more expensive, but it lasts longer. Okay. Then moving on to the stand bag. So the stand bag here is a lot lighter, less compartments, right? But again, this will carry everything that you need for a nice little round of golf. If you get the sturdy enough or the higher end ones, they're actually waterproof already, and I would suggest to get one of those. They're lighter, waterproof, so you're gonna need, you don't need a rain cover for it. But for this one, this is the one I use because this is a custom bag. My wife actually gave this to me, so shout out to my wife for this. And this is what I use. For example, I go to a walking course and I have the option to actually carry my bag. So this is what I like to use. Alright, so now let's focus on filling this up and see what we can put inside. Okay, so this is what I would usually have in my golf bag. So this is everything. So obviously you've got the clubs, and you've got a lot of bits and bobs all over the place, right? But let me show you how I fit all of this into that. Now let's work on getting all of this stuff into this. Okay. So first off is the clubs. So that's the most important part. So obviously they go into this compartment. So if you take a look at it for this bag, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 compartments. So a total of 6 compartments. So it's called a 6-way divider. I'll show you how I arrange it so that it doesn't get too crowded. Right, so now let's start with the wedges first. So personally, I have 4 wedges. So I have the 60 degree, the 56 degree, the 52 degree, and the pitching wedge. So all of these go into the bottom pocket here, right? I just slide them in, and that will make it easy, right? Why are they there? Because they're the shortest, so they don't really get to hit a lot of things, right? So the next one is I'll put the 7, 8, and 9 irons. Sorry. So I'll put the 7, 8, and 9 irons in this compartment. So I usually go from left to right. That will make it arrange nicely by height. And then the next part, I'll go with a 4, 5, 6. Actually, 6, 5, and 4. Okay. If you notice, I'm using forged irons. So to keep them nice and clean, I actually have iron covers for them to avoid the bag chatter. Next part is we'll focus on the putter. So for the putter, I usually put it in this, slide it into here. So it has its own place because the putter is the most important club in the bag. Right? You're going to be using it a lot more times than any of the other clubs. Next step is the hybrid and the 3-wood. For me personally, I place the 3-wood and the hybrid over on this slot, right? And then I reserve the top slot for the driver. Right. So that is how I arrange my bag. So if you take a look at it, it's a little organized. You can find everything easily. Not as much chatter, but obviously I'll put the head covers a little later so that you can see what they are, right? And now the next part is obviously start with the bigger one first. We'll have the umbrella. So for this particular bag, it has a slot right here. So I fill it up. I tie it into this. This way, if there's any untoward situation that I need cover from the rain, that's where I would get it, right? Okay, so now let's fill up this big pocket over here. So for the big pocket, I would usually put my water bottles. I usually will bring 2 water bottles, right? This is because, again, I usually walk around, so it makes it easier to hydrate and keep healthy. And the next things that I do put there are my towel and a jacket. So for the jacket, again, because of the rain here in the Philippines, it's a lot easier to have a jacket and be prepared and just fit everything over there. All right? Now, so this is what my bag looks like with all the head covers put in. All right, so now let's start with this big pocket in front. What I would usually put there is my ball bag. So this is basically what I bring to a round of golf. Usually I bring about 10 to 12 balls. That usually lasts me more than a couple of rounds, but that's just in case I have the tendency to lose balls during that round. Right? So I have enough, just to make sure that I have enough balls to finish the round. And I usually replenish once, probably every week or every 2 weeks, just to make sure that I have enough balls to finish a couple of rounds. So Aside from that, I actually have all of these tees. So for these tees, you can see them. So different kinds of tees, long tees, short tees. I also have the divot tool. So see this? This is something that every golfer should have. But again, because in the Philippines we have caddies, usually they do it. But this is again more for etiquette. So if you damage the green, you should be able to know how to repair it. So this is the reason why I care. And at the same time, you have different ball markers. So I have two different kinds of ball markers for the bigger kinds. So this is a poker chip type, and you have the ball clip type. So you can see it here. Two different kinds. You can use either one. I'm more comfortable using the poker chip type. So again, it's more of a preference for you how to use it. So to keep it organized, I actually put this in a small pouch like this, and I keep in store here. And I roll it up, put it in the ball bag. So I have a 2-compartment ball bag, and that's where I put it. I also bring, just in case, a ball marker, a Sharpie, and a pencil. So this is for scoring purposes. So for your scorecard and all of that, so I put it also in the ball bag. Keep it all organized, keep it all safe and secure, and I put it in this part of the bag. Okay. Go. So at least I know where it is. Next piece, this part, actually put in. Again, this is a requirement of the wife, and most of us guys know that you're required, or this is a safer way to do it. So I have sunblock. So I have the spray-on type, and then I have the cream. I usually have a different one for the face and a different one for the body. So that's what I use. Again, shout out to my wife because she's the one who actually gets this for you. Okay. So I usually put it over here so that before the round, I remember to put them on. The next part, I'll just clip on everything here, is I have a bottle of alcohol. So especially with the pandemic now, you'll never know what will happen. So to keep safe, I have a bottle of alcohol, spray on type. So just spray it, and then I clip it on the bag. That way, it's easy, it's manageable, and it keeps safe. Next part is the gloves. So for the gloves, I have a backpack over here. So you can put it on the backpack, you can put it on the strap, it's up to you, but I usually put it on the way. I usually bring two gloves. One is a rain glove, and one is a regular glove. Next up is the club towel. So I have this to clean the clubs with. Again, most of the time, most of the golfers here rely on the caddies, but for me, I find it a lot more, what's the word? Satisfying. Actually do it myself. So this is what I have. And I clip it on just over here. Easy reach. And then I have my rangefinder. So for the rangefinder, it's actually a GoSport rangefinder. So shout out to GoSport. You can go over there and get your much needed equipment at a reasonable price. I usually put this over here. So that part of the bag is finished. Now, the last one. Oops. The last part of the bag is actually this small pocket over here. Okay. So this small pocket, again, this is an essential for the pandemic. It's actually, these are the masks. Okay. So I stuff it in there. And this is another type of mask. This is also to protect the neck area. and as well as have a face mask. So this is what I use. And to protect from the sun, again, this is not a requirement, but this is what I have. I have arm sleeves, so I put it on just to minimize the exposure to the UV rays. So here we go. That is what everything is. So there you have it. So this is what my golf bag would look like for a typical round of golf. Alright, so that wraps up our video for today. So that gives you a fully ready bag for a round of golf. So if you feel like it, please do click on the subscribe button and like the video coming up. I would like to ask everybody, comment on what you have in your bag. What's the unique thing that you have in your bag? Again, this is my personal opinion as to what a golf bag should have. Obviously, there are so many other combinations or so many other things that you can actually put in a golf bag, but it's more of how you use it and what you use it for, right? So it's a personal preference. So you can opt to bring some of the items, or you can change them out with other items as well. All right. In any case, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the golf course soon.